One of the things that I love the most about the Bible is the fact that there's so many incredible stories with incredible people that did awesome things for God. But it never fails to mention some of these people's shortcomings. One of the examples I can first think of is King David. He was a shepherd boy before God called him to become king of Israel. And even after being king of Israel, he had a man murdered so that he could sleep with his wife. Moses was a murderer in Egypt. The disciples and apostles were fishermen, which wasn't anything special, and Matthew was a tax collector, seen as the worst of the worst amongst the Jewish people. And it reminds me of this verse that I want to share with you quickly. 1 Corinthians chapter 1 verse 27 to 29 says, "But God chose the foolish things of the world to shame the wise. God chose the weak things of the world to shame the strong. God chose the lowly things of this world and the despised things and the things that are not to nullify the things that are, so that no one may boast before him." So I really like this verse because it highlights how God has called people to do incredible things for him that were practically nobodies. No one special, no one with a lot of power and position. These were normal people with normal jobs and would probably be considered foolish, would be considered the despised people of society. For example, Matthew. And God has used these people to do such incredible things for him. But also what I highlighted with the fact that the Bible doesn't fail to mention people's shortcomings is there's so many different stories we can see all throughout the Bible of how people haven't been perfect, because we know as people we are not perfect. And I just think it shows us that if you feel like God is calling you to something and you don't think you are good enough for it, you need to change your mindset, because how many of the people that has God used all throughout history probably thought that exact same thing. But also, once you are now a child of God, you aren't going to be perfect, and you are going to make mistakes. And there's no point in completely giving up on everything or completely beating yourself up over these mistakes, because you are still a child of God and you are still loved, and God will forgive you those things if you ask him for his forgiveness. And I just think this is something really important to remember. And I just really like the verse and thought I should share it with you. But until tomorrow, God bless.